Can you walk me through the moment where you were like, I'm not doing this anymore? Going solo now versus 2018, I think is kind of when you made the leap.
It's a good question. I have a really specific take on this, and I want to be clear because you use the phrase that like causes my ears to perk up, which is make the leap. I didn't make the leap. I worked really, really hard to make sure there was no leaping to be had. And I think our culture kind of lionizes entrepreneurs broadly. And then narrowly, there's this moment of making the leap that people talk about, but it mostly is lore and myth and not true. Or if it was true, it was not smart.
So I'll change the question. How'd you move the boat closer to the dock?
Yeah, that's what it is. Eventually, you do have to burn the boats, right? It's like I left the day job eventually, but not by trying to run and, long jump onto the ship as it sails away. It took me years to be Business Jay. Early on, I was a mercenary. I was a project freelancer, which by the way, freelancers are businesses in some sense, but like I was just selling my time. I was just like, I'll make a bunch of shows for brands. That's cool. I'll give a bunch of speeches for a fee. That's cool. I had no understanding of like sustainability, repeatability, how not to burn out, because I had all the time in the world and all the energy in the world, and I didn't know what I didn't know. So I would just summarize that as I threw myself at it. So I would make up for not doing the right things, 9 to 5, by the fact that I could get up early and write and felt energized to do it. I could work late at night and often did. I could work weekends at the time and could. I could have a ramen noodle year because I basically cut my salary in half year one. I was only able to recoup 50% of my salary year one in 16, 17, something like that. And I could because I didn't have a mortgage and 2 kids like I do now. I would spend time doing all the things that made me look like an entrepreneur. I think this is what we do a lot. I would create assets for or language for my website, updating my social profiles, posting on social, like doing things that like projected outwardly that like I do this, but didn't really build a business, right? Certainly not the back end accounting and back office type stuff, and certainly not the sales and marketing stuff that actually worked. It's trying to look the part. And then you get sucked down doing the work to look the part instead of actually playing the actual game and mastering that skill because it's not glamorous to do that part, but that's what works.